Well, after dropping out last Wednesday, Bernie yesterday officially endorsed Joe, let me sniff your hair, Biden, and obviously this chain reaction of events didn't go down well with a lot of the more progressive thinkers in the US. Happy days. Welcome back to the channel. It's been a fun few days. Sexual assault allegations against Biden resurfacing, Biden's cognitive decline becoming even more apparent and suspect, Bernie ending his campaign, crying Bernie bros and outraged students, and now Bernie has decided to endorse Biden to help him get those keys to the Oval Office. Joy! And here's me thinking April couldn't get any more bizarre and twisted. And obviously this is being reported everywhere about how Bernie Sanders paid a surprise visit to the former vice president's livecast and issued an unexpected and full-throated endorsement. He said that he needed everyone, not just his supporters, good luck with that, to back Biden and make sure that President Trump becomes a one-term president. He said, "Today I'm asking all Americans, I'm asking every Democrat, I'm asking every independent, I'm asking a lot of Republicans to come together in this campaign to support your candidacy, which I endorse, to make certain that we defeat somebody who I believe is the most dangerous president in the modern history of this country." It's a bit dramatic. Sanders then went on to say, "I will do all that I can to see that that happens, Joe." And that's after he called Trump a racist, sexist, a xenophobe, and a religious bigot who botched the nation's initial response to the current events that are happening worldwide. Biden then thanked Sanders and said that "your endorsement means a great deal to me." And last week, in the days leading up to Sanders' withdrawal, him and Biden had spoken several times, and their teams have also been in regular communication, with Sanders' campaign manager, Faiz Shakir, and senior advisor Jeff Weaver speaking with Biden's top two advisors, Anita Dunn and Ron Klain. I mean, let's be realistic. In a Trump v. Bernie situation, Trump was always going to come out on top. And obviously the Democrats have caught on to this and have done all that they can to push voters to Biden's side, just to have an actual chance of winning the 2020 elections. But what's next? Now that Bernie is out of the picture, Biden is going to have to win over all those Bernie bros. I mean, every single one of them. And that right now seems like an impossible task. We all know that Biden is more centrist than anything, and it's going to take some exceptionally nice smelling hair from the Sanderistas to nudge Biden further left and garner more support. And even if you put policies to one side for just a hot second, it also boils down to one crucial thing. Bernie's fans just simply do not trust Biden. And also, let's not forget that in 2016, Bernie said, "I'd never tell my supporters how to vote. If I do, don't listen to me." You heard it here first, Bernie bros. I mean, in a recent article by Vox, they even said that Joe Biden will have a very hard time winning over the Bernie sphere, because the problem isn't his platform, it's that he's not trusted. Vox writes, "This will be a real problem for his campaign. Biden performed poorly with younger voters, who tend to be less reliable turnout targets than the sort of older people who make up his base. Sanders voters also have low levels of institutional attachment to the Democratic Party, so they're prone to defecting in a way that other factional support might not be, even if they lost. And last but by no means least, while Sanders himself will most likely support the ticket, if Biden loses, it will be seen as a semi-vindication of Sanders' ideas about politics, and if he wins, it will be a refutation of them. Rather than spend time on a likely fruitless effort to court the left, Biden might want to accept that he's going to take a lot of crap from the Bernie sphere no matter what he does, and just lean into his moderate brand. If he does, the left is sure to howl that he's betraying progressive values, just as they predicted. But realistically, he's going to be seen as a likely betrayer no matter what he does, simply because a certain quarter of the left sees the Democratic Party establishment as a constant source of betrayal, and there's no way for Biden to get away from the reality that he is a lifelong dyed-in-the-wool member of the establishment. I mean, if that's what Vox is writing, you know things are bad. And along the same lines, the Washington Examiner writes, "So Biden's position on three big issues, immigration, college education and bankruptcy, changed virtually overnight to fit the political requirements of the late stages of the 2020 Democratic primary, and all involved a move to the left. For months, Biden dominated the centrist or moderate lane of the Democratic race, but now there is no longer a Democratic race. Even as commentators touted his centrism, Biden strategically moved left to consolidate the support he needed for the nomination. Soon, he will have to come up with the version of Joe Biden who will will run in the general election. At the moment, all politics, as all life in the United States, is consumed with current events and what's happening in the world at the moment. But at some point, everything will subside and the campaign will re-emerge. President Trump will fiercely attack Biden for moving left, leaving voters to decide whether Biden really is the centrist he was made out to be. You know, personally, I just want Sanders to come out and join Biden again for another live stream video and support him even more because, I don't know, it's just seeing videos of Bernie Bros crying, it just gets me in a good mood.